Oh my goodness, what's going on, Sports Wars? How's everybody doing on this Monday night? Welcome back into another Monday evening quarterback. No Ryan Kennel today. So the Chicago Bears talk will be minimal. You're welcome. I'm Fear the Beardo, and I am joined by Will from Game On Sports. What up, Will?
It was really nice of Ryan on Patriots versus Giants Day to just let us have the show. You know what
I
I mean?
know.
Like
Very
it's been
polite.
yes, yes, and he got
Yeah,
all his Bears talk done yesterday when I was with him because they played on Friday. So we don't even have to mention the Bears after this.
you're damn right. You're damn right. Ryan, thank you for letting me and Will have the show today because we do have a very big matchup tonight. Giants at New England at the Patriots. We'll get into that game, but anything you feeling real quick before we want to get started? How are you feeling tonight about the game without getting too in depth?
I'm nervous.
You're nervous? Good.
I'm
You
nervous.
should be. You
I've
should
been
be.
nervous all week. My chat's been making fun of me, saying some guy said, "You know how people say water's wet? Well, the new thing is Patriots are playing. Is Will nervous? Because I'm nervous every week." But I feel like I have reason to be. We'll get
Doesn't it feel
into it.
like one of those games?
It does. We're
It feels
about to
like
head
one
into
of
both
those
teams are about to
games.
head into a bye. It feels like one of those games. Jackson Dart's back. But the biggest thing for my Patriots is we're missing our left side of our offensive line. Our offensive line wasn't good to begin with, but our best two linemen, our left tackle and left guard, they're out.
Mm-hmm.
How can I not be nervous? You
Yeah,
know?
especially with that defensive front. And also for the Giants going for them, fired Shane Bowen, new
Mhm,
defensive coordinator. Everyone seems
mhm.
excited. Dexter Lawrence is smiling during these interviews. I don't know if you saw it. During this week of practice, they were interviewing a few of the defensive players about Shane Bowen being fired, and they were grinning ear to ear. Like they had no shame with showing that they were happy that he got fired.
I'm also nervous because everyone knows that the Giants are like the one of the worst teams at stopping the run.
Whoa,
So like
whoa,
the
whoa,
Patriots
whoa,
just
whoa,
run it down
whoa,
their
whoa,
throat.
whoa.
You are statistically you're 31st. I think there's only
Yeah, but you know how you don't have any Travion Henderson tonight. He's out.
what? When did that happen?
Well, hold on. I believe I saw a tweet. Hold on. Let's see who's inactive tonight. I believe I saw that Travion Henderson is out tonight.
Better not be. I have like a ton of bets on him to score the first touchdown.
That might be fake news.
Okay, thank God.
Travion Henderson. No, he's active. Okay.
Okay,
He's
that's what I
active.
thought.
Just rewind that chat. Forget I said that.
Yeah, I'm nervous because everyone's like, "Oh, they'll just run the ball on the Giants," and I'm like, "Well, usually when everyone agrees, like, hey, this should be the game plan, it never goes that way, never." So we'll see. You know who I do have
Dude,
money on? I
I
started
swear I saw that he was out tonight.
to hedge my bets. I just started betting a bunch of props on Giants players, like Theo Johnson tonight, touchdown,
Ooh, Theo Johnson touchdown.
and
You know
over
who's going to
40
have a
yards
big
receiving.
night tonight is Wandell Robinson.
I don't know, man. If Christian
He's
Gonzalez is
always
on him
on. He's always on.
With Jameis, he is.
So this is what we'll do. Before the show's over, let's put together a same game parlay for tonight for Prize Picks.
I love
Let's
it.
go ahead and do that. Yeah. And Chad, if you guys aren't on Prize Picks, make sure to if you guys are into that, not everybody is, but if you guys are into doing a little bit of sneaky gambling, you can download Prize Picks. Use code Geeks and Gamers. Well, actually, sorry, GG. It's just GG, short for Geeks and Gamers. Use code GG over to get 50 free dollars once you make your first deposit. So make sure to use that code. But
Absolutely.
anyways, we'll get to the Giants Patriots game fully in depth later on. But yesterday we had a great slate of games. Well, some would say great, some would say shit. You know what? Will? Let's start off with the game that I was at yesterday. Let's go a little bit out of order. I was here at the Cardinals Buccaneers game in Tampa yesterday. And I was with Chris Curran, who is probably in the chat. Let me tell you, I'll start this off. The atmosphere was weak. It was weak, man. It was quiet. A lot of doom and gloom in the crowd yesterday. and me and Chris were talking. The Buccaneers were on a 3-game losing streak. Lost to the Patriots, lost to the Bills, and then lost to the Rams in their last 3 games. A lot of doom and gloom in the crowd yesterday. Getting Bucky Irving back, that's good. That's a plus. Baker Mayfield played. That was a plus. He didn't show really any significant signs of that shoulder injury, probably on a little bit of painkillers as well. Baker Mayfield with a passing touchdown to Tristan Wirfs. What? Eligible receiver Tristan Wirfs for the first Buccaneers touchdown of the day. Jacoby Brissett with 2 tuds, and also Bucky Irving, who they got back yesterday, with a touchdown as well. And that ball went flying right over my head. He scored the touchdown, tossed the ball up, and it went right over my head. Sailed probably another 40 yards over my head, dude. He chucked that thing. Anyways, Chris Coran in the chat, do not take any offense to this. A pretty boring game. The experience was great. I loved being there for it, but it was a boring football game. Will, did you watch this game?
Yeah, I was keeping my eye on it, especially knowing you were there. I felt bad for you guys because, like, the first quarter and a half, I'm like, dude, this is going to be a snooze fest. I mean,
yeah.
I thought, I know a lot of people, the betting public and whatnot, and even some sharps bettors like the over in this game, especially with Baker ruled in. And, I mean, at least the second half was exciting, right? You know, the second half got interesting. The Bucs looked like they didn't want to run away with it. They did everything they could just to let the Cardinals pull it within a score and potentially have a chance to win the game. So I guess that made it a little bit more exciting. But if you're a Bucs fan, you just want to see them keep scoring. I'm glad that a guy on my show yesterday that you missed. Thanks for that. No, I'm just kidding. He sent us a super chat asking who to play, Bucky Irving or Chris Godwin. I'm like, well,
Tez Johnson.
Well, he only had those two, and we told him Bucky
yesterday.
Irving. We told him Irving, because if Baker gets hurt in the middle of the game, then do you trust Teddy Two Gloves to get it to Chris Godwin and whatnot? And I was so glad that Irving was the one that got the touchdown, and so he actually he took our advice and won with that one. So that was nice. But yeah, kind of a dud of a game. Although shout out to Jacoby Brissett, had him over 250 passing yards. He did it.
Yeah. He was slinging the rock. What the Bucs need to do is get pressure on him. Not a lot of pressures on Jacoby, at least what I saw live. But the Buccaneers get it done.
I have a hot take.
Go for it.
This is for you sports gamblers out there. If a lineman scores the first touchdown in the game, the sports book should just refund everyone's bet, because you can't even bet the lineman to score the first. I guess you could.
That's what I was saying.
You could bet any. I guess some of them have any other player, and I guess that would have been the one. But like, I saw that he scored it because I had Tez Johnson to get the first touchdown. I saw that Tristan Wirfs got it, and I was like, "Am I reading this right? Like, what?"
Right.
And I was just like, I bet that was cool to see, though. You know, big boy right there.
It was cool, but like I said, like the stadium, the crowd was dead. The crowd was dead, man. And they did a halftime ceremony for Simeon Rice. He got enshrined into the Buccaneers Ring of Honor, and I felt bad for the guy because it was dead. There was hardly any applause. Like, everybody's going to go get their beers and food and taking a piss at halftime. Hardly anybody was actually at their seat for this ceremony. And like when they announced him and they put the jacket on him, it was dead. And John Gruden was there. Bruce Arians was there. Warren Sapp was there. Rondé Barber was there. They had all of these legends. And when Simeon Rice was there to receive his jacket and to be enshrined into the Ring of Honor, it was dead. I felt
who they
bad,
needed,
man.
You know who they needed? The greatest Tampa Bay player of all time.
Tom Brady.
Yeah. This would have never happened under Tom Brady's watch. I'm just saying.
Right. Anyways, the Buccaneers take this one 20-17 yesterday, and they're fighting. They are fighting for that NFC South because
a much needed win, especially since Carolina won. We'll get into that game, but a much needed win. They were on a 3-game lose streak. They retained first place in the division. Had they slipped up there and lost, Carolina Panthers would be in first right now. which is crazy.
Yeah. No, for real. For real. Carolina getting that big win over the Rams yesterday. We'll get to that game here in a little bit. So I told Will before the stream, since I was actually at the game, I wasn't able to watch the rest of the morning games. The afternoon slate and the night game I was able to catch up on. But as far as these morning games, I'm going to need Will's help a little bit. We had the San Francisco 49ers traveling to Cleveland, and San Francisco gets it done. Will, tell me about what happened in this game.
The FBI should open an investigation into the Cleveland Browns head coach. This guy was
Kevin
doing
Stefanski.
Yes. He was doing everything possible to lose this game. The Niners go down to score first, and then right before the half, the Browns score a touchdown, go for two, which you're thinking, what the hell are we doing? It's a weather game. There's like 50-mile-an-hour gusts. Why are you going? I guess maybe you didn't trust your kicker to make an extra point there. I don't know, but they went for two. They got it, got all the momentum on their side. At one point in this game, it's 4th and 1 on their own 33, and we're in the first half, mind you. It's not the second half. It's not like a fourth quarter. You got to go for it. Their own 33. The wind's at their back. This is clearly going to be a field position game, and they decide to go for it because everyone's got to be cute with I love analytics. All right, it makes sense. But right there, in that the type of game it was, 4th and 1, you don't go for it, and they do this cute little running back quarterback sneak wildcat thing. I don't know. Whatever. Guy ends up fumbling it, and he falls on it, but they don't get the first down. And the Niners get the ball right there on their own on their own 30. So, or in Browns on their own 30, and just dominate after that. But there was so many questionable calls. You had this was a classic. Like, Cleveland Browns did everything in this game. They had a guy catch the ball and like it was like a punt return. He caught it and then ran out at his own 6.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what? And then, it was a Christian McCaffrey game and Quinshon Judkins. I had both of those guys. I was surprised Judkins didn't score more. This Niners defense keeps looking more and more impressive every week for what they have.
Short-handed,
now,
too.
That's what I'm saying, short-handed. And granted, it is the Browns. It is Shadur Sanders, but it was impressive what they were able to do on the road. Haven't won there since 1984. So you know what that means. They were due.
They were due. Yeah.
And don't be fooled by Shadur's stats there. He got injured at some point in this game, and Dylan
The Niners haven't won in Cleveland since 1984.
Yep. This is the first time.
That's older than me.
It's older than me. It's older than my wife, and she's old.
Hopefully she's not watching. Brock Purdy, not too much of a impressive stat line here. 16 for 29, 1 touchdown, 170 passing yards. McCaffrey on the ground, 53 rushing yards on 20 carries. 20 carries for 53 yards. It was
an ugly game, ugly weather game. Like I said, 50-mile-an-hour gusts. It was a big field position battle, so don't be fooled by the short stats there. The Niners had really good. They had short distances to go like the whole game, and that's why they were able to dominate.
There you go. Niners over the Cleveland Browns. I don't think any of us really expected the Browns to hang around here. So San Fran getting that dub, much needed dub to keep on pedaling along with the Rams in the NFC West. Jaguars, Titans. I was all over the Jaguars yesterday. I was watching Game On Sports yesterday morning. I put in my pick yesterday for Sports Wars. I had the Jaguars. I believe you had the Jaguars as well.
Yes.
Yeah. So go ahead and tell us about this game.
Not much to see here. Cam Ward's a bum.
Bum.
This Tennessee team, I don't know. Jacksonville, I was skeptical. I had a couple of my picks on the spread for the Titans. I thought it would be like a 3-point game. Titans just didn't show up at all. And there's not much to say about this game. It was just a gross game. Jaguars get another gross win. They're 8-4. I think they're better than everyone's saying they are, but I don't think
they're
good.
number 1 in the AFC South. They're better than the Colts right now.
I know,
number 1.
But everyone's picking
winning the
Houston
division
to win that thing. Everyone's picking Houston to win it.
Fuck.
Yeah. No one believes in the Jags team. I'm not saying I think they're good. I just don't think they're as bad as everyone thinks they are. But another win, another nice win, and they get to take the Colts on next week. So we'll find out.
There you go.
But,
where is that? Is that going to be in Jacksonville or in
Jacksonville?
In Jacksonville.
Yeah, where the Colts never win.
This is true. This is true. But that could mean that they're due.
Normally, but their quarterback has a broken leg, so
We
they
will
still
talk
won't,
about that.
and they still would rather play him than Anthony Richardson.
I mean, do you blame them?
No.
Do you blame them? Exactly.
No.
Everybody in the chat making fun of how I say Jaguars. You want me to say Jaguar? I'm not British. I'm not driving a Jaguar. They're the Jacksonville Jaguars. We speak American English here in the United States. It's not Jaguar. It's Jaguar.
They're the Jacksonville Jags.
Jacksonville Jags.
There you go.
Jacksonville Jags, Jaguar. It's not a Jaguar. We're not British, okay? We live in America. Holy shit. Get a fucking grip on your life. The fucking Jaguar. Not a Jaguar. We speak American English. Anyways, we were just talking about the AFC South. Texans, Colts. Texans visiting Indianapolis. This was a very close game. I was keeping an eye on this game. Very close game. But the Texans wind up on top here. CJ Stroud with 276 passing yards, no passing touchdowns, an interception. Daniel Jones with 2 tuds, 200 passing yards. What happened in this game, man? They just shut Jonathan Taylor down or what?
Yeah, for the most part, that the Houston's defense won this game for them, especially since, man, I like D'Amico Ryans, but he's been doing a lot of dumbass decisions. They had a chance in this game. Now, I understand. You go for it, you pretty much win the game, or you could just kick a field goal at the end of this game and go up 7 and let your defense, who's been stopping the Colts offense all game long, go out there and try to hold them to not score a touchdown. Instead, they go for it, they don't get it, and then Indy has a chance to drive down and win the game. But this was all Houston's defense. Stroud, nice numbers, pretty good for coming back from a concussion, because usually when you see a quarterback out for a couple of weeks with a concussion, it doesn't usually go well. But he looked good. He looked competent out there. Nico Collins, big game. Not only 98 yards receiving, he had a rushing touchdown. A beautiful one where they did a little like a kind of like a jet sweep type of deal, and cool. He ended up getting a touchdown there. But the Colts just look. They peaked too early. Colts peaked too early. They're in a funk.
And that happens.
And I go, listen, I cannot bet on a quarterback that's got a broken fibula,
or a fucking leg.
Yeah, dude, it's just like, what are we? And here's the thing, and a lot of people were on this. It's not just me. I pointed this out weeks ago, but through the first 8 weeks of the season, when the Colts looked like they were Super Bowl bound, they had played one of the easiest schedules in the league. Meanwhile, the Texans have played the 4th toughest strength of schedule. They've played 10 current playoff teams, and they have won 6 of those games. So don't be surprised that's why everyone loves the Texans to actually come back and win this division. Don't be surprised if Houston finds himself as a playoff team. Now they got a big game coming up next week in Kansas City. It's going to be fun to watch that Houston defense. Yeah, Houston defense go up against Kansas City, who needs a win right now.
Yeah, at Kansas City, at home against the Cardinals, Raiders, Chargers, who are very banged up and got more banged up this weekend, and then the Colts again. So not a terribly difficult slate of games for the next 5 weeks. No, especially
since 3 of their last 4 games are at home.
Exactly. But then you look at Indy, their last 5 games at Jacksonville. That's going to be tough. At Seattle, very tough. 49ers, who are playing for a playoff spot here. So that's going to be a tough game. Then you got the Jaguars again and the Texans in Houston again. Very tough slate of games here for Indianapolis.
That's also a rough travel spot, man. You got to travel down to Jacksonville, come back, and then travel out to Seattle.
Oh yeah,
the 2.
Oh yeah.
Other than Miami, the 2 furthest parts in the country that you could be for 2 games.
Mm-hmm. So Houston getting the best of Indy yesterday. Going to be a tight competition in the AFC South. Moving on to the Saints at the Dolphins yesterday. This one was a close one, too. A little bit closer than I think people expected it to be. Go ahead and break this down, Will.
This one made me mad. I had Dolphins -5. They go up 16-0 in the first half, and they just dick around in the second half and let the Saints, who they did not look good. Shuck was slinging it in the second half, but they really didn't look good. And then it got really dicey, because right at the very end of this game, it looks like the Miami's going to win it, but then the Saints get the ball back. They drive down, they score a touchdown at 17-19, and they're going for 2 to tie it up and send us to overtime. And Minka Fitzpatrick picks it off and returns it to the house. That's how we got 21-17, which was wild to see. But yeah, Miami they came out hot and they couldn't do anything in the second half. It was really frustrating, especially someone who had Miami -5, which looked like a guaranteed winner at halftime. But congrats. I mean, hats off to the Saints for not giving up and still fighting, because they could have just rolled over.
Right.
But I mean, another gross game. But shout out to Darren Waller, though. He 2 catches, 47 yards. He's still out there doing the damn thing.
There you go. Darren Waller. Cheats on his wife, former drug addict, trying to get it, and also current rapper, trying to get a second shot
about
at
his
the
rapping
NFL
career.
here. Yeah, rapper. Well, there you go. Tua, unimpressive. 157 yards with an interception. Gross.
This was an A-Chan day. He just ran all over him.
A-Chan, man. A-Chan. Falcons at Jets. I had the Falcons in this one. You had the Falcons as well. What did Ryan have?
He had the Falcons.
He had the Falcons as well. The Falcons kind of looked like they were dominating. Well, not dominating, but they had a steady lead for the majority of this game until the fourth quarter. What happened in the fourth quarter, Will? Because I wasn't watching.
It was they had control of this whole game. I mean, it was close, but they were in control, and they just made stupid mistakes, and it wasn't really Kirk Cousins' fault. It was just, I mean, Bijan had himself a game, and no, it's just the Falcons, man. This organization is just so dysfunctional. Do you know what the A in Atlanta stands for?
Ass.
Are you fucking kidding me? You know what the F in Falcon stands for?
Figs. Gay.
Fucking kidding me. That's how I felt watching this game.
Me.
Just like, okay. Are you fucking kidding me? Fucking kidding. Just like, oh, Tyrod Taylor had himself a good game though. Breece Hall scored a touchdown. I had him to do that. But yeah, how about Mitchell there? Ever since being traded to the Jets, he's been their number 1 target. And you got Tyrod that can actually sling it out there.
Well, that'll wake you up.
It's a little scrappy.
That'll wake you up when you get traded from a winning team to one of the worst teams in the league after several mistakes with the Colts. And they're going to trade you away. That'll wake you up.
Yeah. I can't believe the Falcons lost this game. Honestly, they should have won it, but
seriously,
the kick. Well, it looks like we're going to overtime. Nick Folk 56-yarder in weather. Just barely gets it wobbling right over that crossbar for the game winner. It was ugly, but it got the job done. He got the game ball, by the way.
There you go. The Jets over the Falcons yesterday in a surprising win.
As much as I am hating on the Falcons, they are going to be my best bet next week. I don't know if I'm going to take them to win, but I'm taking the 8 points with the Falcons next week.
There you go. Ned Steeler says, notice how Beardo just passed on calling out what their record was for the weekend? I haven't seen it. What do you mean?
I know mine wasn't great. Let me see. I mean, it wasn't bad.
I haven't seen it posted. So
we all pretty much had the same picks other than like a couple games. So we should be like right around. I know my ATS record was terrible. My straight up, I was 6-9 against the spread. All the underdogs I picked didn't cover. Actually, no, I guess I didn't do that bad. I was 10-5 for the weekend. It's not that bad, but I feel like we're all right around 10-5.
Oh, and I missed my contest picks yesterday, didn't I?
No, Ryan read them off. Oh, your cricket pick for you.
He did? How'd I do?
Mm-hmm. I'm going to look right now, actually.
How did I do? Did he pick the Giants?
I picked the Giants for you as an honorary pick. I said we got to take the Giants for I also have the Giants as well.
You have the Giants tonight. Okay, well, let's take a look at that spread real quick. The 7. Giants Giants +7 tonight in New England. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you take the Giants and the points on that one. For sure.
Absolutely. It's an emotional hedge for me.
Okay.
Just in case you guys win outright, at least I'll get my contest pick right, but I still could win and get the contest pick right,
Okay. Carolina beats the Rams. The Rams, arguably, some would say, the best team in the league, traveling to Carolina, who plays very well at home. They've been playing very well at home. They've Got a good. They got good momentum here going forward the past couple of weeks. What happened yesterday in this Rams game? Because I didn't watch because I was at the Bucs game.
Turnovers. Matthew Stafford threw 2 picks all season, threw 2 yesterday. It was just turnovers. Bryce Young completed 2 fourth down passes for touchdowns. And some would say that he's got Bryce in his veins.
Bryce. He's got Bryce in his veins. Okay.
If Bryce Young, if you watched yesterday, if Bryce Young would just play every down like fourth down, he'd be Tom Brady. That's how good he was on fourth down yesterday.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
No, it was every time the Rams came out and threw a blow, the Panthers would come back and answer. It was really impressive. Devontae Adams is a cheat code. Once again, gets 2 touchdowns like it's nothing in the first half.
Right.
But what really turned this game was, one, the turnovers really hurt the Rams. I think they had 4 overall turnovers. And then when the Rams, you never felt like the Panthers were going to win the game. Like the Rams were always fighting back. I said in my handicap yesterday, I took the Panthers to cover the 10.5. I said it's too many points. This Panthers team at home is too good. And it feels like this is a letdown spot for the Rams. You know, they've been on this streak, and this feels like on the road in an ugly game. It could be a letdown spot. I still thought the Rams were going to win, and it still felt like the whole game they were going to win. But I took the points with the Panthers. Little did I know that in the fourth quarter, when the Rams needed to come back and play catch up, it started pouring down rain, and that really affected them as well. I wouldn't say this was a stinker of a game by the Rams. They played better than I thought they would for a flat spot. It's just the Panthers were hitting on all cylinders yesterday.
And good for the Panthers, because I believe these 2 Stafford interceptions came in the first quarter, did they not? First quarter, first half?
Definitely the first half. One was in the first quarter.
Okay.
Yeah, I can't remember exactly.
Okay, for sure. But anyways, the Rams traveling to Carolina, and they get the L there. Carolina continuing their good record at home.
I lied to you, by the way. I didn't pick the Giants for you. I thought I did.
Unbelievable.
Instead, you got 2 picks right yesterday. The one that I picked for you was wrong. I said, in honor of you being at the Bucs game, you laid the 3.5 with the Bucs and lost by the hook.
Unbelievable.
My bad.
No, it's okay. I'll forgive you. I'll forgive you for that. A little bit of a revenge game here. Vikings going to Seattle. Sam Darnold revenge game. No JJ McCarthy. They start this idiot bum, Brosmer. 4 interceptions. There's the tell of the tape right there. Insanely bad game for Brosmer yesterday. One of the worst interceptions I've ever seen. Him running to the right, being chased down, being brought down, and just flings it out there like he's Patrick Mahomes doing a little shovel pass, and wound up in a pick 6. Disgusting. Sam Darnold had to go into the medical tent for a little bit. They were worried that he might be a little banged up. He wound up still continuing and finishing the game. But went 14 for 26. No passing TDs, only 130 passing yards. Will, what do you think about this game?
Who would have thought that starting a rookie undrafted quarterback in his first career start on the road in Seattle would have led to you being shut out? Who could have saw that coming? You know?
Nobody.
No, not
even Ryan would have.
If you're Max Brosmer, you didn't have anything to lose here. You can't put it on this guy. I mean, that's a terrible spot for anyone, for any rookie.
The guy's trash. It was his fault.
It's the organization's fault for putting him in that spot. But he had nothing to lose. He goes out and throws 4 picks. Okay, no one expected you to do anything good. So it was all uphill, upside for him had he been able to do anything. It's just the Vikings are just terrible
Enigma
right now.
says, didn't Jackson Smith and Jigba have like 4 years catching? Yes, he had a total of 4 years catching. Yep.
No, he didn't do anything
yesterday.
You know what's shocking about this?
4 total years.
You didn't see any of this game, right?
I watched most of this game at the bar. I went to a Miller's Ale House yesterday and caught most of this game. Yeah. Defense. What I noticed was defense.
Yeah. Shout out if you had one Seattle's defense in fantasy or Seattle's kicker or both. They combined together for like 48 points or something like that. It was crazy. But the Seahawks only had one offensive touchdown in this game. That's what was shocking. Yeah. This could have been so much worse, but you'll never know it by the score, but Brian Flores and that defense played a hell of a game against the Seattle offense. JSN, I think they were saying only had like 4 yards in this game. He didn't do anything, which he's the NFL leading receiver by a mile right now. Sam Darnold looked terrible. Yeah, he went out for a little bit, but still he couldn't get anything going. So much for a revenge game for him. This was all Seattle's defense and the fact that they were playing a undrafted rookie quarterback.
Yep. Big defensive game for the Seahawks.
I'm a big Max Brosmer fan. I thought that pass was great. You don't take the sack there on 4th down. You try to make something happen. And then you let Seattle intercept it and take it to the house. And my 20-1 first TD cashes on Seattle defense.
Hey, there you go. Big Brosmer fan.
Yep. I'm going to get a jersey if they even have any.
Fuck yeah. Seattle improving to 9-3 on the season, leading not leading, tied in the NFC West, right? Tied now.
Yeah, the Rams beat them, so they have the tiebreaker.
There you go. But it's close there.
And then the Niners are 9-3 as well too.
9-4.
No, 9-4. Yeah. They're going into a bye this week.
Bills at Steelers. Big defensive game here for the Bills as well, putting a beating onto Aaron Rodgers to the point where he had to leave the game. Mason Rudolph comes in. Rodgers playing with a broken wrist. He gets strip sack fumbled by Joey Bosa. The Bills defense winds up scoring a touchdown on that. Aaron Rodgers' nose fucking broken, bleeding and shit. Mason Rudolph had to come in. Big game for Buffalo's defense. Also a pretty big game for Josh Allen, putting the team on his back. A few rushing touchdowns, a passing TD. James Cook, 144 yards on the ground on 32 carries. Holy fuck! And he was also their leading receiver. Will, what do you got to say about this game?
Shout out to Josh Allen, became the all-time quarterback rushing leader.
Right.
Past Cam Newton, rushing touchdowns. We were right on this game in the first half. Steelers were playing Steelers ball. They were getting turnovers. They were frustrating the Bills. They held them to no touchdowns. It was 7-3 at half. And this was just a game of momentum. When Rodgers got that strip sack fumble, right, to start the second half, and the Bills scored off of it, they carried that momentum, and the Steelers never had a chance after that. It was just one of those, like, once they did that, you knew, oh, God, something shifted. And then from there on out, it was all Buffalo. And credit to them. I don't know how James Cook didn't get in the end zone. He was getting all the carries, all the action, had all those yards, and somehow still didn't get in the end zone.
Yeah. The after halftime, the momentum completely shifted once Aaron Rodgers, that strip sack fumble, and then he was banged up. Mason Rudolph comes in. It was all Bills after that. And, when the Bills got into the red zone, Josh Allen did what Josh Allen does. He put the team on his back, and he was either throwing for touchdowns or he was rushing him in himself. So, but this was a must win really for both teams. Must win for both teams, but really a must win for the Bills with the Patriots leading that division in the AFC East. The Bills needed this one big time, and they needed not for the division.
They needed to stay in playoff hunt. I think they're still like the 6 or 7 seed. In the chat, they said Steelers $100 million defense coached by a man with a $2 brain. It's crazy that they paid TJ Watt all that money, and I'm not saying that was a bad move because obviously anyone would do that. But this was his like 6th game this season where he has had 0 quarterback pressures, which is kind of crazy for a guy that you're paying that much, $40 million a year to.
Yeah, and Josh Allen and Cam Hayward get into a little brawl. They're not a brawl, but a little scuff there. And didn't Cam Hayward get in unsportsmanlike conduct on that as well?
He did. He said that Allen kneed him in the gut or something like that. And I'm just like, dude, quit being a huge pussy. All right.
Well, I mean, honestly, shout out to Cam Hayward for not saying it was some race baiting bullshit.
Well, yeah, there's that. But he was just saying, like, I get flagged for all this stuff. But like when people like land on me and beat up on me, no one ever does anything about it. I'm like, because you're a big old dumb offensive lineman, dude.
you're a fucking 300-pound fucking defensive lineman, dude. No,
You're not
like
a
no,
$60
nobody
million
feels
a
sorry
year
for you.
quarterback. No one cares. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like,
Yeah. Buffalo Bills getting a much needed win in Pittsburgh yesterday. And then I think we just have one game left. No, two games. Raiders Chargers. This one was interesting, Will. The Raiders going to LA. We all thought this would be a home game for the Raiders, and it kind of was, because the Raiders fans travel well going to LA. Chargers don't really have much of a big fan base there in LA. They completely abandoned their fan base in San Diego, so fuck the Chargers for doing that. Justin Herbert goes down early in the first half with a hand injury. We see a little bit of Trey Lance action. Justin Herbert tapes up and gloves up that left hand. They wind up getting the job done. Both quarterbacks with very similar stat lines. Geno Smith, 18 for 23, 2 touchdowns and an interception. He's always due for a pick. And Justin Herbert, 150 yards, 15 for 20, 2 touchdowns and interception. Will, what was the difference maker in this game?
the Raiders are just incompetent.
The Raiders stink.
Dude, I thought, they got rid of Chip Kelly. The guy taking over doesn't run the Chip Kelly offense, so it was going to be a new offense, and I figured that they weren't going to be running anything too complex. Just let's get back to the basics, and they were going to be, and for the most part, if you compare it to the other games, they did move the ball a little bit better than they had in games past. But I thought, catching 10 points in this game, I thought this was going to be a closer game. It really wasn't, especially even with Herbert going out and Lance coming in. Lance, I don't think threw the ball once. At least the drive that I saw that he was in there.
Yeah.
But then the Chargers just end up finding another running back. You know what I mean? Vidal there just shows up out of nowhere, 126 yards.
Trey Lance 1 for 1.
Okay, he threw one pass.
One pass.
I will give the Raiders credit on this. They did at least do one thing competent yesterday. They said, you know what? We should probably just throw the ball to Brock Bowers when we're in the red zone. And it worked out because he made some circus catches out there.
Oh,
he had 2 touchdowns.
He did. That one touchdown, man. He's laying on his back in the corner of the end zone and pulls it in with one arm. Incredible.
But I don't know, they have Ashton Genty and they can't establish a run game. It's just terrible, man. I know the Raiders beat the Titans this year. I can't tell you right now today which team is better, the Titans or the Raiders. They're both just that bad.
I think the Raiders are worse. But the Raiders are a bigger market, so I think they get a little bit more attention. That's why we kind of feel like the Raiders are worse. But the Titans are really bad too.
Yeah. The Raiders should be better than what they are, but they stink. I'm done trying to get cute.
I feel so bad for Pete Carroll. Oh, no, we need to fade the Raiders the rest of the year. There's no
I faded them on the I picked the Chargers, but I was 10 points, division game. This could be like a sneaky backdoor cover or something like that. No. There's not a good spot.
In Vegas against Denver, that's a loss. At Philly, that's a loss. At Houston, that's a loss. At home in Vegas against the Giants, let's be honest, fuck you. That's a loss. And then at home against the Chiefs, division game, that's a loss. The Raiders are going to lose out. The Raiders fucking stink. And Pete Carroll's going to retire. There's no reason for Pete Carroll, 75-year-old Pete Carroll, to be there for a rebuild. He was thinking that the Raiders were built to at least compete now, and simply that's not the case.
Yeah. No. You couldn't blame him. On paper, you go get a Geno Smith, who was not a great quarterback, but a competent quarterback. You got pieces. You got Matt Crosby on the other side. At the beginning of the season, it looked more promising than a 2-10 season. That's for sure. I still can't believe the Raiders went into New England week 1 and beat them. Now that we see what they are.
Well, the Patriots are still waking up. They were still waking
up.
Yeah,
it's week 1.
They needed to learn that Patriot way because they didn't have that last year. They did not have the Patriot way last year with Gerard fucking Mayo. Now Vrabel's in. Josh McDaniels is in. The whole do your job Belichick style of the Patriot way. Now it's been established. It's in their veins, and you see the Patriots, except for tonight. The Patriots are going to lose tonight. But we'll get to that. Last night's game. Was this the most exciting Sunday night football game that we've had this year so far. What a fucking game this was last night.
I mean, honestly,
overtime game, Broncos, Commanders. Hold on. I'm sorry. Sorry to interrupt you. Marcus Mariota. Okay, chat. I'm going to go on a little bit of fucking rant here. You guys all know how much I hate Joe Buck and Troy Aikman. They're fucking terrible. Who might be even more terrible? And it's not Mike Tirico's fault, because Mike Tirico's good. He's good at everything he does. Whatever sport it is, whether it's golf, football, or he could be calling fucking tennis. I don't fucking care what Mike Tirico's doing. He's good at his job. Chris Collinsworth needs to be dragged through the fucking street with fucking a white dunce cap on and be throwing tomatoes at him. This guy is a bum. He stinks. He's a simp. He doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about half of the time. And he doesn't know how to pronounce Marcus Mariota's name. Chat, it's been Marcus Mariota since 2014 when this guy was at Oregon. Won a Heisman Trophy. He was the number 2 overall pick to the Tennessee Titans. It's been Marcus Mariota for over 10 years. And this season, it's Marcus Mariota. Marcus Mariota. Shut the fuck up! It's been Marcus Mariota for forever. And Chris Collinsworth last night, Marcus Mariota. It was driving me fucking crazy, Will.
it sounded like he was trying to impress his Spanish teacher or something.
Yeah, but we're not. Marcus Mariota is in Spanish. He's not Mexican. He's fucking Polynesian.
Chris Collinsworth doesn't know that.
Anyways, it was a great fucking game last night for Marcus Mariota, who threw 300 passing yards, 2 touchdowns, and interception, and nearly stole a victory in overtime from the Denver Broncos. The Redskins played very fucking well last night. This was a very exciting football game. If you guys didn't watch it, went to overtime, and they made the right decision. The Redskins made the right decision in overtime to go for 2 because there was about 2 minutes and some change on the clock. They could have tied the game up they could have at least tied the game up to survive out there. But with 3 minutes left, you're giving Denver enough time to score, but you're not giving yourself enough time to score after Denver with that much. So you had to go for the win now. You had to go for the 2-point conversion, which, by the way, they had a Zach Ertz, I believe it was Zach Ertz, wide open right there to walk into the end zone. But Denver's defense makes a great play, bats the ball down right as Mariota threw it, and Denver walks away with an overtime victory. Phenomenal game last night. Will, were you able to catch it? You fell asleep early.
I didn't fall asleep early. This game was so thrilling and exciting. It had me hooked so much so that right as they're about to kick the field goal to go to overtime, I fell asleep on the couch.
Yeah.
My wife wakes me up, and I'm like, oh, what? And I look, and I go, oh, the game's over. And I'm like, wait, who won? And I had to go catch up and see the end of it. And I'm pissed that I missed such an exciting overtime, especially since someone at Broncos minus 5.5, when they scored that touchdown in overtime, I would have been. I'm glad I didn't see it because I would have been sweating it out the whole time. I couldn't believe the Broncos let them score a touchdown in overtime to even have a chance to win this game. I agree with the 2-point try, though. You have to do that.
You have to. You had to.
With 2 minutes left, it's like if you're playing for a tie at that point because you're not getting the ball back and you're only giving the Broncos a chance to get in field goal range, which we've seen. You literally need, like, if you have no timeouts, you need like 45 seconds to get in field goal range. Unless you're Mahomes, you can do it in 13 seconds.
Right.
But no, good game. I'm just convinced the Broncos. Everyone's saying that they're the worst 10-2 team ever.
They are.
I'm just convinced they just don't know how to blow a team out. It's like they enjoy just getting in these grimy Sean Payton-like games where they just want it to be ugly the whole time.
Mm-hmm. What this Denver squad does is they play up and down to their opponent. Mm-hmm. If they're playing a bad team, they're going to play just as equal to that bad team. If they're playing a really good team, they're going to play just as good as that good team. And And that seems to be the identity for the Broncos this season, which a lot of them they've squeaked away by 33 points in the fourth quarter against the fucking Giants. But
hey, you brought it up this week.
But Denver should have blown out the Giants. That should have been a fucking easy dub for Denver. But, you had to have a 30 fucking point comeback in the fourth quarter just to barely beat the Giants with a little bit of help.
Yeah.
But anyways, Denver with that clutch overtime win, especially on the defensive side for batting down that 2-point conversion from the Redskins late in overtime. But very exciting game last night, Will.
Let's get to the exciting game tonight, huh?
Let's do that. We will get to that. Giants, Patriots. Let's go ahead and get some super chats real quick, and then we'll talk about that Giants Patriots game. Leon Edgeworth with a 5 gifted Sports Wars memberships. Thank you, Leon, for the gifted. AJ with a $5. All I know is Joe Burrow is 3-0 on the field this season. Go Bengals. Yes, we did talk about that a little bit yesterday, those Thanksgiving games where the Bengals did shellac the Baltimore Ravens.
Are you excited for next week?
What's next week?
We get Joey B going into Buffalo. Next week, honestly, as exciting as the Thanksgiving games were and crazy, next week might be the best week of the NFL. We have like 5 or 6 games that either are like playoff elimination games or seeding wise, or if you do lose, it's going to be real hard for you to get into the playoff mix. There's some really good games.
Joe Burrow going into Buffalo against Josh Allen. Mm-hmm. Oh, that's going to be a great game. I can't wait for that one.
Bet the over.
Bet the over. Hammer it.
Don't care what the line's at. Just bet over. Trust Joey B.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter what the total is. Bet over. Hammer it. Chris Coran with a $2 says, let's go G-Men. Fuck Will's Patriots. Thank you, Chris Coran, for the $2. Little Orphan Funkhauser with a 2 says, the Will Report versus the Fear the G-Men. Who prevails? We will see. We will see here in about 40 minutes.
We know how that works out.
It's going to be the G-Men.
We
already know how it works out.
And in the Will Report, we trust.
On the biggest stage, the Giants always beat the Patriots on the biggest stage.
This ain't a big stage.
Monday Night Football? Prime time Monday Night Football?
2-10.
Yeah, okay. This is the games that Giants win for no reason. The Giants have no business being in this game, and that's exactly why they're going to win. Because there's nothing. There's nothing for us to play for. You guys have everything.
We should have came up with a friendly wager for this game.
We still can. There's time. Fuck, there's
we'll see what the chat says. We'll see what the chat says.
There's 40 minutes left. You know what? I might put $50 on the Giants to win outright.
What? Actually, I don't think that's a bad move. I'm nervous tonight.
You know what? Hold on. I'm texting my bookie.
Outright, huh? You don't want to do like a Jackson Dart touchdown?
Outright.
Just going to go outright, huh? Okay.
Yeah, I just texted my bookie right now.
Okay.
Emily Kruger with a $5 says, one of the coaches for the Panthers is a former Arizona State quarterback named Mike Burkowski. Mike Burkowski, Arizona State quarterback. Not familiar with Mike Burkowski, but shout out to Mike. Matt Stranger with a $10 says, let's fucking go Panthers. They just keep pounding. Shout out to Matt Stranger. Thank you for the $10 and go Panthers. Shout out to your Panthers, man. Chris Cram with the 2 says, Collinsworth always looks shit-faced. Yeah, he does. Collinsworth needs to retire. There's a few of these guys that need to retire. Terry Bradshaw needs to retire. Chris Collinsworth needs to retire. And Troy Aikman and Joe Buck need to fucking move to the Philippines and just fucking retire as well. Get them out of the country. I don't even want to fucking see their fucking face. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Lord Botha with a 199 says, in Hermione's voice, it's Mariota, not Mariota. Thank you. And you're right. Thank you for the 199. Little Orphan Funkhauser with a 2 says, now here's a guy who looks like to rant about Mariota. Thank you for the $2, Little Orphan Funkhauser. That was a little bit of Trump and Collinsworth there. A little bit of Trump and Collinsworth. All right, boys. Game of the night. We have the New York Football Giants, the 2-10 Giants, visiting the 10-2 New England Patriots. Jackson Dart returning from concussion. Tyrone Tracy and that explosive offense in New York with Wan'Dale Robinson and Theo Johnson. What could go wrong? They have nothing to lose. They've been eliminated from the playoffs. They're in the business of ruining other teams' playoff hopes and their season. And that is exactly where the Patriots are at right now, leading the AFC conference at 10-2. Will, why are the Patriots going to lose this game tonight?
Well, they're not going to. They're going to find a way to win because that's what Mike Vrabel and Drake may do. But it's going to be close. It's going to be gross. Like I said earlier, we are missing not just one offensive lineman. We're missing our left tackle, our rookie, who is our best offensive lineman. We don't have a good offensive line to begin with, and he's our best one. Our left guard is out as well. Our tackle got put on IR. I don't think our guard did. But, yeah, that's not good. Drake May's blindside. When it comes to the pass rush for the Giants, he's going to be a little bit under pressure. Good news is, at least for one drive, they don't have to worry about who was it? I think it was it Brian Burns or was it Abdul Carter? One of them is suspended for the first I saw for the first drive. It might have been something fake that I saw though.
Abdul Carter could be fake because Abdul Carter was grounded a few weeks ago for being late to meetings. That was a few weeks ago for Abdul Carter. I
thought I saw something like that. Maybe it was fake. Either way, if it's the first drive, that doesn't really matter. I actually think, well, one, the Patriots are really bad against, they're like 22nd in the league against defending tight ends. So that's why I like Theo Johnson today. I don't like any Patriots wide receivers because I don't know how. I got to see the offensive line, how it holds up. The only reason why I think we win this game is because we're at home. I think it's going to be close. But I like, for the Patriots, Henderson to get some yards. That guy's a freak. And you can run on this Giants defense. But I also like, everyone's saying that, the Giants aren't going to run Jackson Dart. It's one of those, like, because Giants fans, and I think
you're going to say Jackson Dart over on his rushing yards.
I think that's a sharp play right now because everyone's going under.
All right, let's do it.
Everyone's going under because, and hear me out, and I get it. They're not going to try to do designed runs for him because they don't want him to get hurt. But because, like, a lot of people are like, why are the Giants playing him? Well, he's a rookie, and there's nothing more valuable than a rookie to get out there and play NFL games. It's the only way you learn. You have to risk it. You just do. But what you don't do is do designed runs. But like a kid, any of you guys that have kids out there, you tell them not to do something. They're going to do it. It doesn't matter. I have a bunch of little kids running around my house right now. You can't get them to do a damn thing that you say. And that's just like it is with a rookie quarterback. Okay, Jackson, listen. You can run, you can scramble, but slide, right? Just slide. Don't take any unnecessary risks. But when you're in the heat of the moment, it's instinct, man. It's instinct. I think he's going to run. It's only at like 26.5 or something like that. Come on. This guy's a gamer. The guy wants to win. I like him. I like him over.
All right. If the Giants want to win tonight, here's the key to the Giants winning tonight. Putting Drake May on his ass. You got to get to him. I'm talking like 4 to 5 sacks. You got to get Drake May on his fucking ass if the Giants want any shot of winning tonight. Also, with the new defensive coordinator, Shane Bowen being fired, enough with that fucking prevent defense in the fourth quarter. Enough. Stop it.
Well, you have to have a lead in the fourth quarter to do that.
Correct, which the Giants usually do. The Giants usually have a fourth quarter lead and then wind up winning the game in the last 5 minutes. But anyways, chat, full transparency for our picks this weekend. I am picking the New York Football Giants tonight to upset the Patriots in New England. Will, what do you got?
I have my Patriots, of course.
Of course you do. Of course you do. Well, there you go. There's our picks. We are going to put together a little 3-legger prize picks parlay here. So if you guys are on Prize Picks, make sure to use code GGOver to get 50 free bonus bets as soon as you make your first deposit. So what do we like? We like Jackson Dart over on his rushing yards or more on his rushing yards.
Yes. I like that.
Where's rushing yards? Rush attempts, rushing yards, 27.5. Should I please that up?
Nah, just go over the 27.5.
27.5. Okay, what else do we like?
Or the more.
More.
I like Theo
more.
Johnson tonight. I think Theo Johnson more on his receiving yards.
Theo Johnson more on receiving yards. Let's do touchdowns.
Okay, I'm fine with that. I think it's in
we
the
like
end zone.
Theo Johnson scoring a touchdown. I like Wandale Robinson scoring a touchdown tonight.
If Christian Gonzalez is on him, that's going to be tough.
Okay, so Theo Johnson is a demon on anytime touchdown.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do Theo Johnson, and let's get a Patriots player.
We need a Patriots player to even it out.
Drake May more on his passing yards.
I was going to say less.
Drake May less on his passing yards.
Yeah, either that or the safe play is just to say Travion Henderson touchdown. I would either say less on Drake May passing yards or less on Hunter Henry receiving yards. No, Giants are actually pretty good at defending the tight end.
Or does Drake May throw a pick tonight? Drake May pick?
I mean, if you want to play it safe, you go Travion Henderson touchdown. That's probably going to happen.
Drake May pick is a demon.
Yeah, he doesn't.
I love playing the interceptions, man.
He might not throw it a lot though.
So you thinking less?
And he might not have time to take a
on
shot
his passing yards.
Either less on his passing yards, or I kind of like Hunter Henry because the Giants defend the tight end really well, actually. And Hunter Henry has been Drake May's favorite target. So I could see them taking away Hunter Henry. Or you play it safe and just do something with Travion Henderson because he's going to put up yards today. But I think his rushing's at 63 or 66, looks like.
Henderson Tud.
I like Henderson Tud. It's even money.
Anytime touchdown.
We like rooting for touchdowns anyways. Touchdowns are more fun.
We do like rooting for touchdowns. We do like rooting for touchdowns.
Dart more on his rush. Theo Johnson
more on
touchdown.
His rush. Theo Johnson anytime touchdown. Travion Henderson with a touchdown. $20 wins you $170.
That sounds good to me. I mean,
all right, I'm hammering it.
There it is.
Hammered. There you go. Hammered.
Oh yeah.
Jackson Dart more on his rushing yards. Theo Johnson more than half a rushing touchdown or receiving touchdown. Travion Henderson anytime rushing or receiving touchdown. There you go. All right, boys. Hey, thank you guys so much for being here. Will, did we have any Rumble super chats?
Not that I noticed. Rumble didn't show up today. I was ready to read them all.
Yeah. All right, boys. Well, I appreciate you guys rooting for the Giants tonight. Thank you guys. Fuck the Patriots. Will, what do you got going on?
Not a lot. We'll be live tomorrow morning at 4:30 a.m. Pacific, recapping tonight's game. Getting ready to debate with my co-host about the college football playoff. It should be entertaining. We're gonna have some good arguments all week long. My co-host tends to get very sensitive and passionate, I should say, about the college football playoff. So I'm sure I'll be able to poke the bear there. And then, like I said, next week's games, it's amazing. Next week's games, we're gonna dive into them early because it's gonna be a lot of fun. There's a lot on the line. Even starting Thursday. I mean, you got Cowboys, Lions, losers probably not making the playoffs.
Oof. And the Cowboys have been hot.
They have, but the Cowboys is when they tend to, suck it up.
Right. All right, guys. Well, thank you guys for being here. Shout out to the mods, the members, the lurkers, everybody in chat. Thank you guys for being here tonight on Monday Evening Quarterback. We will catch you guys next Sunday morning for the usual Sports Wars live stream. Go check out Game On Sports on YouTube and Rumble, and we'll catch you guys next time. Good night, everybody.
Later, chat.